2010. And having the ability to speak two languages is a great privilege. For me, I've seen how it has helped me, and it has helped like other students and people that have the ability to speak two languages. When my mom she always told my dad that she wanted to educate herself. She came over here to the United States when she was 18, and at that age, she wanted to learn English and wanted to go to school because my aunt also was in school at that time. And my dad was like, no, we should start working and we should already start because they got married, and how are you going to go to school? And we don't have anything. So they went off to work, and I remember I was 7 years old, my mom was like, I'm going to get a GED. So I would go with her, and I would sit there while she would learn, and she's like, pay attention so you can tell me later on when I go home. And I was like, all right, so I was just there. That happened the first time, and then she got into a job, which was Telemon Migrant Corporation. It's a Head Start. She was working there for 4 years, and then they told her they really liked how she worked. We want you to get a teacher position, but you have to go to college. Oh, my mom was so excited. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to study. And she's like, all right, I'll go for it. She told my dad, and my dad's like, oh, all right, go for it. But then, this time it wasn't only me. It was me and my sister. She was 5, I was 10. And there we were in the classroom in the back, sitting down. My mom was like, con cuidado, eh? So me and my sister were there, and then the teacher, the professor would even quiz us too. So I was in college before I was even in high school or middle school. And that I really thought was really nice, because not only was I helping my mother, but the other ladies that were there learning English were like, so, Maribel, ¿qué dijo la maestra? And I'm like, oh, she said this. Ah, bueno. So the ladies would call my mom. They're like, can we talk to Maribel? And my mom was like, yeah, she's right here. She would come look for me, and she's like, Maribel, they want to talk to you. And I'm like, all right. So they're like, so what does this mean? And what does this mean? Sometimes I get so fed up with people calling me. But at the time, I was like, oh, it's all right. I'm helping out. And that's one of the things that I really treasure the most, being able to help out translating. But not only that, I have a really special friend that can't hear or talk, and I met her when I was in 5th grade. And not only being able to speak Spanish, but I can also speak some sign language. And during my high school years, I got really in touch with her, and I was able to really have a special bond with her. I didn't really treat her as she was different, and she really didn't. She's an only child, and I felt like she really loved me, and we're really tight right now.
One of the constants in the long history of Tejano, Mexicano, Chicano, Latino farm labor migration in the United States is the reality of children in family, not only working in the fields, but also serving as translators for parents, relatives, classmates, and for community. Child translators, often as young as 6 and 7 years old, will often become the lengua, the tongue, the speaking and public voice of parents and family, as they translate back and forth from Spanish to English and vice versa, in every possible human situation, from grocery shopping to medical emergencies and everything in between. At times, the words sitting on the tongues of children whose family need them to negotiate across languages, cultures, and needs can make the difference between life and death. In brief, they enter into and negotiate adult worlds and adult worries.
Would you agree that a high school education for you gives you the opportunity to go places that your parents could, and therefore that what your family is doing is they're actually investing, that your capital is the education that they're all investing in? In other words, your high school education is their investment. Isn't that what they're doing for you?
Some parents.
It's the biggest way.
It's a step, but it's a step you're going to take with your life. It's a step, but you learn from it. You take all those experiences. Because my dad was always like, yes, we're working right now, but as soon as you get to college, you're going to get your bachelor's. You're going to get your master's. You're going to get your doctorate, because you have to do more than what your brother did. You have to do more and get higher than anybody else in the family has. And it's a step, pero también es un moral. El step te lo llevas contigo. You're not living it, you're not on the step anymore, but you live to that and you learn from that, and that makes you, right, personally for me, want to come back and help the other people, like, so they don't stay on that step, so they can cross the step. It's a ladder, you gotta move up.
Becoming a college student at MSU has not been an easy path for me to travel through. My life as a migrant child has been a life that I cannot wish for many kids to experience. As my parents awaited my birth, little did I know that I was bound to become their lifetime translator. As a child passing through elementary, middle, and high school, there were many times that I had to do the unwanted. The unwanted for me, then, is a blessing now, translating. I disliked translating in many places. The place I disliked translating the most was at hospitals, though.